What is up, effing true followers and wrestling fans? You are watching the effing brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com. My name is JC Styles, and I am back with the Smackdown review for March 29, 2013. It was a pretty decent Smackdown. I'm going to get right into it. We start off the show with The Rock. Rock comes out, shares a story about Hershey, Pennsylvania, growing up and moving to Pennsylvania when he was 15 years old. Talk about stories of when he was a teenager, going out and looking for Hershey's whatchamacallit candy bars, and tells a story of when he finally got that chocolate bar and some lady tried to take the candy bar from him. In classic Rock, just comedic Rock, says, if you don't put that candy bar down, I'm going to kick your candy ass. And then he's telling the story about going to Hershey Park and riding all the rides and eating more chocolate than any human being could possibly eat. Then John Laurinaitis comes out and says that Cena is the reason why he was fired and that he wants to be in The Rock's corner to teach John Cena a lesson at WrestleMania. The Rock then goes and asks the fans if he should allow it. The fans boo. Then The Rock gives John Laurinaitis a spinebuster and the people's elbow. Then later in the night, we see Orton, Show, and Sheamus to take on Rhodes, Sandow, and Cesaro advertised, and Mark Henry versus Ryback bench press challenge. We then go into Chris Jericho picking up the win over the Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett. And this was actually a pretty good match. These guys worked very well together. These guys always work very well together. This was a pay-per-view implications match that if this was on a pay-per-view, it would have probably delivered fivefold. It was just so great. These guys really worked very well together. Jericho says he would like to savor the victory with all the fans, but notices Fandango's entrance is being set up. Jericho butchers Fandango's name once again. He comes out. As he's getting ready to make his way to the stage, Jericho gets on the apron and invites him in. Fandango backs away and leaves with his dancing partner. We then see a Paul Heyman interview with Josh Matthews, talking about all the events leading up to WrestleMania this year and 9 nights, and then talks about how what is going to happen to Triple H, and that Brock Lesnar is going to end Triple H's career after defeating him, which will not allow Triple H to return and wrestle anymore. That interview goes on for a couple more minutes, and then we see Ryback versus Mark Henry bench press challenge. Now, the record for most bench presses is 51. We see Mark Henry do 53. Then we see Ryback. He gets to 51, and Mark Henry walks over and starts pushing down on the bar, causing Ryback to choke. And Booker T gets on the mic and says, you guys have a no contact clause in your contract. And this was actually a segment that, I really could have went without seeing. Honestly, if they really wanted to do something special with this, they could have probably did what Big Show and Akibono, I think his name was, the sumo wrestler that Big Show wrestled at WrestleMania 21 when they flipped the truck or the Jeep or whatever. They could have maybe them test their strength that way, maybe pull a truck or something, But, I mean, they really didn't prove anything with this bench press. I mean, there was only 4 weights, and I'm pretty sure they weren't anything to go, ooh about. We then see Kane, Daniel Bryan, and Caitlyn defeat Dolph Ziggler, Big E, and AJ. This is setting up the match with Kane and Daniel Bryan versus Ziggler and Big E at WrestleMania for the tag team titles. I have a feeling we're going to wind up seeing Caitlyn and AJ thrown in. Right now we're at 10 matches. We have the 8-person mixed tag match, which is also on the card, which will probably be the pre-show. That will be the Funkadactyls, Brodus, and Sweet Tea against Team Road Scholars and the Bellas. The tag match was decent, again, setting up the feud between Team Hell No and Ziggler and Big E and AJ and Caitlyn some more. We then see a Shield promo, which I'm really getting behind these guys. I really like these promos that they're delivering. And I'm hoping that we see the Shield kick the hell out of Sheamus, Orton, and the Big Show, because I'm really getting behind these guys. And if you want to continue to build this team up, in my opinion, you don't want to have them get their flame put out so early. We then see Great Khali versus Jack Swagger. This match was nothing really to call home about either. Ended in a double countout when Swagger put the Patriot Act on Khali. Then Jack Swagger targeted Hornswoggle. Ricardo comes out before the Patriot Act can be applied, and that allowed enough distraction for Alberto Del Rio to jump Swagger from behind. Swagger then retreats, and we end the segment. We then see Sheamus, Big Show, and Orton backstage doing an interview, talking about how they can get on the same page. How Sheamus and Big Show have been feuding over the last couple of weeks, and Orton steps in and has to be played peacekeeper, and that they show that tonight we are finally. He goes, we are finally on the right page, and you will see tonight in the match in the main event. We then see Big Show, Orton, and Sheamus defeat Cesaro and Team Rhodes Scholars. Pretty good match. Like I said, they're building up Sheamus and Orton to take on the Shield. And like I said earlier in this video, I really hope we see Shield overcome because I really like the Shield. I like the team. And I think that they have what it takes to be a force to be reckoned with in the WWE. Post-match, the Shield comes out, and we see Sheamus, and Orton take it to the Shield, run up through the crowd and actually meet them halfway, and we see a big brawl to end SmackDown. And guys, you know the routine. Please leave your comments in the comment box below and let me know your thoughts and opinions on what you thought of Friday Night SmackDown. And for the Effin brand of wrestling and entertainment, my name is JC Styles. Peep the hat, and I'll catch you later.